trips. What a thrill. What an opportunity. Some of you out there, do you want to do something? Sure. You want to do something. We would like, no, you're wrong. You named two, you're right. But I got to go a little further. It's three. There's a Rucker, Plymouth, and Chrysler and Plymouth dealer at Crossroads. There's a Broadway Ford owned by Henderson, but it's another one. And I want you to call me. I love my audience. My audience is so intelligent. Because when I said it was two, it's three. Aren't you proud? Well, if we'll see how proud you are with 75,000 blacks in Oklahoma City. And with 75,000 blacks in Oklahoma City, and once you get a job, you got to get that ride. Well, I know there are three black dealerships in Oklahoma City, and not only does Mr. Henderson own a dealership in Oklahoma City, he has one in Arkansas. And Mrs. Lemons, I know, is very, very proud. I know Mrs. Lemons, I'm proud of you because you called me and you got me corrected at once. There are three dealerships in Oklahoma City. Well, today is dedicated to the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants who will be coming into Oklahoma City. Miss Black Oklahoma University comes from Fort Worth, Texas. And you talking about some Texans that are crossing, tell me they're going to cross the Red River, and they are headed into Oklahoma City. Natalie is a student at the University of Oklahoma and the winner of Miss Black Oklahoma University. Miss Black Oklahoma University. She was the winner. Now, people are talking about their contestants, and if you know any of these contestants, I want you to feel free and congratulate them. They will be with me next week as we broadcast from the Myriad Convention Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Can anyone stop the Bulls? I don't know. But Dr. Holloway says no one can stop Langston University. In fact, he calls Langston University the home of the Miss Black Oklahoma winners. Dr. Holloway, and this is true, has won more state pageants. More state winners have come from Langston University than from any other university or city. Kind of just reflect a minute. And let's look at when Langston won its first one. That was in 1977 with Pinky Alexander. Then in 1981, Langston University won again with Lisa Swain. In 1982, it was Stephanie Carter. 1987, it was Sharon Edmonds. In 1988, 1989, 1990. What winners? And I might be wrong there, but I know that Melanie Brightshaw won from Langston University. I know that Keisha Johnson, the reigning Miss Black Oklahoma, is from Langston University. Will anyone be able to stop Langston University? Well, I tell you what, Dr. Holloway says that he's going to take it back to Langston University, but the people down at the University of Central Oklahoma say, no, we have it. We pause now for the funeral and death announcements. Hello?
Ross Funeral Home announces the following services. Services for Mrs. Emily Roberts will be today at 11 a.m. at the Allen Chapel. Funeral service for Mrs. Arthea Cooper will also be today at 11 a.m., and that will be at the St. John Missionary Baptist Church. Ross Funeral Home announces the services of Mr. Robert Crook will be Monday at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Ross Funeral Home. Raw Funeral Home also announces the funeral service of Mr. Lorenzo Vaden will be Monday at 1 p.m. and that will be graveside service in Jones, Oklahoma. Temple Funeral Home announces the services of Mrs. Golda Ward will be Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Temple Funeral Home. We would like to say to the families today, be not afraid, only believe. Death is just another step along life's changing way, no more than just a gateway to a new and a better day. And parting from your loved one is much easier to bear when we know that they are waiting for us to join us there. And back to Clara.
Thank you, Onita. And so we join Onita, the entire staff out here, in extending sympathy to the families. Someone called me and said Oklahoma City was going to win this year. Well, Oklahoma City has not won since 1985 with Cynthia Shirley. In 1972 with Patricia Brown. 1970, the first one was Melba Walker from Oklahoma City. Now, Oklahoma City has only had 3 winners, but I told you how many Langston University had, and it's unbelievable. But Tulsa say they are coming across the turnpike this evening, and they will be here in large numbers. Tulsa won in 1973 with Elizabeth Smith. In 1980, 7 years later, with Sarah English. And then 3 years later, Lisa Landra won from Tulsa. Now, those of you from OSU say you're going to win it. Well, we have not had a winner yet from OSU. From the University of Central Oklahoma, we've only had 1 winner, and that's Karen Marston. From Cameron University, we only had 1, and that's Ava Gardner. Well, we don't know, but we know one thing. We know that they will be in here tomorrow. Calvin is coming now. Calvin, we want to talk about the winners. Where do you think the winner will come from this year?
Mom, I'm really afraid to say because I haven't had the fortunate opportunity to see all of the contestants, but I know that the winner will be a resident of the state of Oklahoma.
Oh, yes.
I know she
you're
will.
So smart, Calvin. You're really smart.
Well, that's one way to
But
get
pick
out
a
of it.
winner. Pick a winner. You know, just pick it from a city. What city do you think is going to win this
Well,
year?
I'm very enthused about Oklahoma City's opportunities and Oklahoma City's chance to be Miss Black Oklahoma this year. So I'm going to stick with the home city. And I love Oklahoma City, and I know that our contestant will be doing her best to bring home the bacon, as we like to say. But Miss Black Oklahoma City would be my choice at this current time. I know it's a long shot. It's been a long time since Oklahoma City won.
Years,
but
since 1985,
there's always that opportunity because
Shirley.
when you get there on that stage and you get there in front of the judges, you get that crowd support behind you. I'll bet with Oklahoma City for Miss Black Oklahoma 1992-93.
Okay, we'll see about that. And let me talk about our staff. We do have a staff that's outstanding. Mrs. Salonia Bennett, Joycelyn Brown, Nancy Davis, Elnora Douglas, Charles Dunn, Leola D. Ford, Betty Germany, Attorney Johnny Green, Mrs. David Lee Hall, Mrs. Dolly Hall. We have Marilyn Hildred, and we have that 23-year judge coordinator, Lady Ruth Hunter. I'm surprised we haven't heard from her today. And Arita Jeffries in town. She's from Cincinnati, Ohio, where she had a very successful year in the school system. And it's interesting to talk to her so we can compare salaries of the Oklahoma teachers and Ohio teachers. This Calvin Luper, our photographer, will be there, and I have a little administrative assistant, Shelley Luper. We have Nancy Moore, And once again, we have our hospitality coordinator, Mrs. Gloria Matthews, Cheryl Fowler, our state page coordinator. We have Ruth Tolliver is back in Oklahoma City, which is Ruth Martin now, and boy, is she excited. Calvin Whitaker will be there. He's in charge of the escorts, along with Mrs. Helen Daniel from Lawton, Oklahoma, Mr. C.P. Wilson, Mr. Sam Moore. We have a staff that's out of sight, and we have our dance instructor this year is Janetta Williams, who's head of the dance department for the Tulsa Public Schools.
You know, one thing about that staff, Mama, looks like with this being the 23rd pageant, most of the staff has been with the Miss Black Oklahoma for 23 years, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yes, most of them have been there. It's a peculiar thing. Once they become involved, they are involved. And this year, tomorrow, it will be a different experience because we do have a lovely young lady who's from Pakistan, Asia Booch, who will be with us. This is the first time she's ever been involved in a minority pageant, but she will be there, and guess what she will be doing? Helping with the pageant. How much can we say for the Oklahoma City Sheriff Department, who will be furnishing 24-hour security? What can we say about the Oklahoma Highway Department and that Honorable Lieutenant Butler, who will be helping us with security? But we can say one thing, that Dave will be there from Coors, from American Airlines, and McDonald's giving a $500 scholarship this year, and that's where you get those hamburgers and what have you. They will be there. We have talked this morning about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and I do appreciate your calling in. But we appreciate the people that have purchased ads and tickets to make it a success. We have to support the pageant. If we don't, it will go to Tulsa, just like Miss Oklahoma. We would like to thank the General Business Services, the Langston University's E.P. McCabe Scholars Club, the Ruby's Hair Care out of Muskogee, Dr. Eric Akers, the Clayton Supermarket, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity in Muskogee, Kimmerlin's Boutique in Tahlequah, Ed Edmondson for Congress, the Bunnyland Preschool, Southwestern Oklahoma State University, Hometown IGA, Francis Tuttle School, Hometown IGA, OCU, Dr. Armand United Discounts Pharmacy, Rose State College, Al's Drive-In, Eugene's Hair Connection, Attorney Frederick McCain, Stale's Restaurant, Made by LaDonna, Carbon Realty, Lee Tucker Tire Service, Regina Rivers, Lamore's Beauty Supply, Art Wells, Visions Show and Dance Band, Gates Barbershop, Roth Funeral Home, KTLV Radio, Muskogee High School. We would like to thank Mount Zion Baptist Church, Buy for Less. Oh, we could go on down the list, but I just wanted to show you and give you the sample of the kind of support that we have for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, the support we have for that pageant. Now, if you don't believe it, you be late getting to the pageant on Saturday night and you won't be able to get a seat anyway. But what we want you to do is to purchase your tickets. You may purchase your tickets also at the South Gate Inn. Somebody has asked me, will I allow people to come into our rehearsals? Write this down. The answer is no. You will not be allowed to come into the rehearsals. If you want to eat with the young ladies and if you are financially able, you are certainly welcome. We are talking about a pageant that's supported by the people that believe. We are talking about Mr. Lee Tucker, the owner of Lee Tucker's Tire Supply, who's been with us, I think, for 23 years. Thank you, Mr. Tucker. We are talking about Clayton's Grocery. And then we still have time. If you have not gotten your ad in the souvenir book and you want to show off that you are part of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant to be sure and call us 424-3949 or 427-3925. How do you say thanks to the Fuller Agency in Muskogee, Oklahoma, or Mary E. Breeze? How do you say thanks to Lynn Wall's Insurance Agency, to Vanola, to, maybe someday we will be able to call all of the names of the people that have supported us through the years. In fact, we haven't had anybody as yet to turn us down. One man told me, the tickets are only $20, give me 4. We would like to thank Cynthia Stevenson and all of the young ladies that have benefited through the pageant for their support. It's going to be a great pageant. Next week we will tell you who the judges are. I can tell you one will be from Texas, one from Kansas City, one from New York City, one from Dallas. I could talk about these judges, but I'm not going to spend all my time talking about judges. I want to talk about contestants. Who do you think is going to win? You believe Cameron University will take it this year? Cameron University with Krista Jefferson. I don't know. We have some other fans here from the university, from Oklahoma University, who believe that Oklahoma University will walk away with it. From Douglas High School, they say Jacqueline Camphor will walk away with the crown. Now, we don't know, but we do know that the University of Central Oklahoma's hat is in with Sonia Carter. And one thing that I'm proud of, these girls who continue to try. If at first you do not succeed, try again. I know Nancy Davis is all smiling. We have worked hard, and the young ladies will be visiting Freedom Center. They will be able to see a center where young people come to be motivated. And most of all, today we want you to join the NACP Youth Council at Edwards Park for an old-style family picnic. Mrs. Smith is ready. Miss Barbara Smith is ready for that picnic, and it will be starting at 1 o'clock, and we want you to attend the picnic. They have some hot dogs that are hot. They are ready to go. Games, fun. Go to the big NACP picnic today. We're still working on Freedom Center, and we would like to thank Mr. Jan Cole and others that helped us this week. We appreciate your support, and we want you to stop by because we're going to finish the job, and it's going to take your help. We cannot do it without you. This is Clara Luper, and you're telling me who you think is going to win the pageant. You think Barbara Hines from Guthrie, Oklahoma is going to win. Well, that's good, and I know Guthrie is one of the oldest cities in Oklahoma. And if they pull this one, this will be a great one. The judges will determine the winners based upon talent, based upon interviews, based upon the swimwear competition, based upon evening wear, and based upon projection. That's the only criteria for the winners. From Wichita Falls, Texas, one of our judges will come. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, a judge will come. We have the judges are ready, and I can see Letty Ruth Hunter now introducing the judges, and I can see those judges walking down. I can also see the parents, and that's the most beautiful part of the pageant, when you see those parents walk down that long ramp. The tables are reserved, and those of you that would like a table, there are 8 at a table, and we would like to thank KWTV. We would also like to thank OG&E that has reserved 100 seats for their employees. So OG&E, along with Southwestern Bell Telephone, Coors, and others that are all part of the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. That's what I like about it. I like it because it does not discriminate, and all people, regardless of race, creed, and color, are invited to participate. Last week, Cheryl Fowler told you about the pages, and that page program is a program that's helping to enrich our schools. It's helping to improve individuals. It is an expensive program, but what is better to spend your money for than on your own children? Well, Miss Dale, we are coming. We are also coming to the pepper steak place. Oh, there are so many things to do. There are so many people to see. But we want you to be there. We want you to be part of the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Well, you call me and tell me who's going to win. I had a young man that had to go out of town. He bought a ticket and he told me to give it to the first person that will call me at 672-1220 and tell me where the pageant will be held. If the line is busy, you keep trying. Yes, it's pageant time in Oklahoma. It's time to welcome Miss Black Oklahoma. We are excited. Yes.
We have a reason to be excited, Mom, especially those of us who work with the Freedom Center. And I want to pinch you for forgetting the name of one of our dedicated, not employees, but staff personnel with the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant that you forgot to mention his name. That's Brother Robert Gates. But to go on, the Oklahoma...
I started out, the congratulations came from Robert Gates. Everybody in town knows that.
But you didn't call him on the staff. That's the point.
Oh, okay. The point is well made. Robert Gates is on the staff, and I would like to apologize to Robert Gates, but he doesn't have to apologize to anybody. If you don't believe it, you go up by his barber shop, and you see him making people beautiful.
And Harold Douglas Jr., the president of the Oklahoma National Black Social Workers Committee, Union, I should say, has left at the Gates Barbershop for our Freedom Center a large picture and a large donation for the Freedom Center. And Mr. Douglas Jr. with the Oklahoma National Black Social Workers, we want to thank you so much for the picture and the donation. And we'll let you know more about what the donation and the picture was next week. But you'll be invited to come by the Freedom Center and see it.
Harold Douglas is supposed to be at the Southgate Inn tomorrow.
Well,
He's all of the presidents of organizations, sororities, and fraternities come down and welcome these young ladies and see these handsome escorts and meet the staff.
You know, we were talking about the big carnival, the picnic that will be at the Edwards Park from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Barbara Smith wanted to remind you that it is a carnival, and they will be having horseback riding. There'll be all sorts of prizes, all sorts of games, and the good food, hot dogs, hamburgers, or whatever. But it's a carnival, and tickets range from 5 cents to 25 cents for most of the rides.
Okay, Calvin. Robert Gates has always been with the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. I was looking through our first souvenir book, and guess who was there? Wishing the girls a lot of luck. Robert Gates. Today's program has been a very serious program because we are talking about progress. And I would like to make an appeal to many of you to come on with us. Let's go on to the promised land of opportunity. And as we see other people traveling down the highway of opportunities, don't try to stop them. You become one of the greatest enemies of all. And anybody that steals from our people, anybody that give drugs to our people are worse than the slave owners and traders of long ago, because you're stopping our progress. How can we progress with you're in jail because somebody found some drugs in your car? How can we progress when you're stealing hubcaps? Oh, I get so disgusted with many of you. I get so disgusted with you because I don't want you in jail. You have no business in jail. Well, we just had word here that Joanne Campbell, who's a member of the Paradise Baptist Church, a church that supported her to the nth degree, Reverend Roseberg, say that she's going to walk away with Miss Black Oklahoma. Well, we want you to meet the girls, and we would like to stop our program just like we started it by saying thanks to all of you. And whatever you do in life and wherever you go, I just want you to know that you have made Miss Black Oklahoma a success. And tonight, the New Vista Club will present the debutante ball. And I'm proud of that. I don't have the press release on it, but you have it, and you know it will be tonight at Metro Center, and I want you to be there. In the meantime, stay out of trouble. Support those people that are supporting you. Don't you dare not support black people. And don't get down on your knees and ask God to bless black people, and you won't even buy an automobile or a hamburger from a black person. This is Clara Luper saying, I'll see you tomorrow, and if you need tickets, call 424-3949. This is Clara Luper and a son who doesn't know who's going to be the winner.
Oh, I know Miss Black Oklahoma City will be the winner.
Well, no,
Calvin
they say
Luper, I
Miss
look forward
Black-
to seeing you all next week, all during the week, but especially next Saturday at the Myriad Convention Center.
It is true that we will be at the Ralph Ellison's library too. Thanks, Betty and others. Bye-bye. I do love you. Hi.
This is KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City. Join Pastor Bob Thomas of the Paradise Temple, Saturday mornings at 11:30. The views and opinions expressed and or the representation of products advertised on the following program do not necessarily
And today's show is being brought to you by your Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Luper. Marilyn would like to start today by saying thank you for those of you that attended her thank you celebration and open house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's insurance that you need, be sure and call Marilyn. Marilyn has a new telephone number now, and I would like for you to get that telephone number down. Are you ready? The new telephone number for your Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred, 843-0811. Let me repeat it. If you need any kind of insurance, call Marilyn at 843-0811. Today's program is dedicated to the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants, present and past, those young ladies that will be coming into Oklahoma City today and tomorrow for the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. On Sunday, June 14th, 1992, these young ladies will come to Oklahoma City. Let's look at the pageant. And today we would like for you to call us and give us your opinion. As we begin to look at the pageant, we would like to congratulate Miss Carter for becoming the first of her race to be crowned Miss Oklahoma. Miss Carter, beautiful, talented, intelligent. Oh, we're going to have to follow her to Atlantic City, and it's our hope that she will walk away with the title of Miss America. But then we have to look at racism in its real meaning. What is racism? Let me tell you. Racism is when a newspaper does not carry in the same manner as that newspaper has carried other winners. A winner. Now you can stack up the reasons, and I would like to congratulate all of you that call our local daily newspaper, and those of you in Tulsa that call the Tulsa World, because Miss Carter did not get the same kind of publicity that previous winners. I would like to repeat that, and this is according to my thinking. Miss Carter did not get the kind of publicity that other winners have gotten. Why? She's beautiful, talented. She convinced the judges that she was the best. But I say, now this is Clara Luper talking, that there's an inner system of racism that's deep. And I want all of you to watch the newspapers this week. See if they are going to carry anything about Miss Black Oklahoma. But let me tell you what happened. In order to share a false image of blacks in Oklahoma, 2 days this week we have seen a picture of a black man who supposed, according to some of their records, to be retarded and who supposed to have AIDS. His picture has made the front page of the Daily Oklahoman twice this week. Well, we are talking about racism in its truest sense. Why? And we are talking about racism. A black teacher accused of a crime in Luper, Oklahoma, makes the front page. A white administrator in the Oklahoma City school system dismissed because of some unusual behavior. Did he make the front page, the second page? No. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to see racism and we've got to recognize it for what it is. For over 99 years, we saw the signs reserved for colored only. But since those barriers have fallen, we have what is known as invisible racism. It is a voice of a man at the Atkins Senior Center crying out because at 9 o'clock he has to be out. Somebody else was given 2 more hours, but at 9 o'clock, that's racism. Racism in its worst sense. But we've got to recognize it. We've got to respond. Well, congratulations to Reverend Samuel R. Craig. On Saturday the 6th of June, 1992, at 3 o'clock in the evening at the Allen Chapel AME Church, Reverend Samuel R. Craig walked in and took for his wife the lovely, talented Henrietta Thompson. That was last Saturday, and I've got to see Samuel Craig and his beautiful wife. Let's talk about the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Somebody called me and say, I don't see why we would have a Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Why do we have it? Well, the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant is open to people of all races, creeds, and colors. In fact, when you see the pages this year, you will see that it's integrated. Now, I would like to explain to you why we have a Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. And I want you to write it down so you can tell the world. Number one, we live in a capitalistic society. And in America, if we want to have one, we can have one. And when you think about it, why is it that we don't have but one bowl game? Why don't you call the Rose Bowl is the daddy of bowls? Why don't you call or the mother of bowls? Why don't you call the Cotton Bowl and say it's no use of having a cotton bowl? Why don't you call the Peach Bowl? Why don't you call other bowls? And don't pick on me and ask me why, because if you don't ask other people why, then I think you are a racist. Well, we are having a Miss Black Oklahoma pageant because we want to have it. And Miss Black Oklahoma pageant is completely integrated. If you don't believe it, look at our MCs, look at our sponsors, look at us. Now, anybody can talk. Let me ask you, do you have any objection of our giving hundreds of dollars worth of scholarships to young ladies that want to continue their education? Do you realize that we have given over $175,000 in scholarships, prizes, and trips? Would you deny these young ladies of these opportunities? Now, I would like today for you to participate in welcoming the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants to Oklahoma City. I would like for you to join in welcoming. We are going to take you through the winners in the 1992 pageants throughout the state. And we want you to join us in congratulating us and picking a winner. And if you pick a winner, I want to give you $23 for picking the winner. All you have to do is to call us and tell us you're going to be at the pageant and you're going to help us pick the winner. Calvin from Ardmore, Oklahoma.
From Ardmore, Oklahoma, we have a young lady that will be representing the great city of Ardmore named Keisha Willis.
Don't you call her Wales. Those people in Ardmore will never forgive you.
She's definitely a talented young lady, but her competition from Cameron University will be Crystal Jefferson. From Carter County will be Evelyn Taylor. From Guthrie Job Corps will be Tanya Tucker. From Langston University there will be Erica Barnett. From Muskogee comes a beautiful young lady named, let me make sure I get this right too, but
Dundra
Bassett, okay. You know, one thing about the Miss Black pageant, we will have an opportunity to be calling all these names, not all of this week, because the young ladies will be coming in, like you say, Saturday, this evening, and getting ready for next Saturday night's competition.
Not all the young ladies, some of those from out of town will come into Oklahoma City this evening, but the majority of them will be in the morning.
Yeah, but from Northeastern University, there will be a young lady named Dana Williams. Representing the great city of Oklahoma City will be Sherry Johnson. From Oklahoma State University, there's Deneen Knowles. Is that the correct pronunciation? Deneen Knowles. Okay, from Oklahoma University, there will be Natalie Winston.
Natalie Winston.
Well, Mom, you know, I'm really having a good time this morning reading these names correctly, but from the great city of Broken Bow, Oklahoma, Stephanie Robinson. From Oklahoma County,
Tanea Cox.
From Edmond, Oklahoma, there's Michelle Hines. From the Rose State University, there's Jacqueline Kafour.
No, that's Camphor. Don't mispronounce my girls' names.
Well, I'm getting them right so far. I'm really having a great time pronouncing their names. But those are some of the contestants who will be participating in this year's activities.
From Guthrie, Oklahoma, that would be Michelle Hines. Now we have called the names and we want to hear from you. Our telephone number out here is 672-1220. Congratulations to the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. Comes from Gates Barber Shop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City. Mr. Gates say, I am looking forward to the pageant. I've always been a part of it. If you don't believe it, look in the souvenir book and you will see an ad by Gates Barber Shop. My business is to make people beautiful. That's at the Gates Barber Shop, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue. Congratulations to the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. Comes from Dr. A.L. Dial, your optometrist, and certainly mine. Dr. Dial's office is 934 Northeast 8th Street here in Oklahoma City, and you can call him 235-0536. That's Dr. A.L. Dial. Congratulations to the 1992 contestant from Chauncey Shardina's Daycare Center, located at 1645 Northeast 50th Street, 424-4656. Mrs. Gloria Matthews is a chairman of the Hospitality Committee for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. She's also the chairman for the Oklahoma Beauty Cultural League, which opens in Tulsa, Oklahoma today, and she's on her way to Tulsa, Oklahoma to participate. But she will be back, and don't worry. Chauncey Shardina's, 2 locations, 1643 Northeast 50th Street and 2611 Martin Luther King Avenue. Congratulations to the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. Comes from Sir Charles the Tailor, located at 1024 South Douglas in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Sir Charles the Tailor. Hometown IGA, located on 23rd and Martin Luther King. Now that's Hometown IGA, and that's where you can get fresh groceries every day, 24 hours a day. Look for the bargains, all at Hometown IGA. Congratulations to the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma. Comes to you from Lamar's Beauty Supply Company, located at 1736 Northeast 23rd Street. You can go to Lamar's now and shop for those extra special beauty products. If you really want to be beautiful, don't forget Lamar's Beauty Supply. Congratulations to the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma contestants. They are coming now. They are coming in, and we have given you the cities. We started out this year with 32 young ladies, and now we are down to the 18 finalists. The girls are coming. They are coming, and we have more gifts this year than we have ever had. We have 2 scholarships to Oklahoma State University, 4 scholarships to Langston University. We have a scholarship to the University of Oklahoma, Southeastern University, Southwestern University, Oscar Rose, the University of Central Oklahoma, and they are so proud of their representative, Sonia Carter. They are coming. Not only that, do we have $250 worth of jewelry from one of our most successful jewelry stores in Oklahoma City. We have a television set, 25 inches that will be given by Coors. We have 2 round trip tickets for the winner of Miss Black Oklahoma and the most popular young lady in the contest to anywhere in the continental United States, given by American Airlines. Oh, I could go on and on. I could tell you about the Lettery Hunter Scholarship. I could tell you about everything. Congratulations, Oklahoma City. Oh, yes, the boss man on here says amen, and certainly it's amen. Let's talk about the 1992 Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. The theme is Put My Hat in the Ring. At 7:30 a.m., the staff and the pages will arrive at the Southgate Inn, which is a headquarters. That's located here in Oklahoma City on I-35 and Southeast 51st. At 8 o'clock a.m., the most handsome young men in Oklahoma City who are serving as escorts. Not only are they handsome, they are intelligent, well-mannered young men will arrive. At 8:15 a.m., the past contestants will start arriving. And among those will be the lovely Alondra Poindexter, who was Miss Black Cameron University and now has an administrative job in Dallas, Texas. They will arrive. The past contestants. At 8:30 a.m., there will be a welcoming line up. And the first assistant attorney, Johnny Green, will be the head one there. And at 8:45, between 8:45 and 9 o'clock, the arrival of the 1992 contestants, their banners will be presented. They will be welcomed. There will be a reception given in their honor. And the dignitaries of Oklahoma City will be there. And if you are a dignitary, you are invited. And when I say dignitary, I'm talking about somebody that God has made in a special way, and that's you. At 10:30 a.m., the contestants will leave the hotel for the New Hope Baptist Church located at 1232 Northeast 7th Street. The pastor is Reverend Jerry D. Lewis. How do we say thank you to a church that has extended us a warm welcome? How do you say thank you to a church that say, I want the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants and their guests? There will be approximately 100 guests at the New Hope Baptist Church tomorrow. And after church, the contestants will take pictures with Reverend Jerry D. Lewis, also with the officers of that church. And then they will go back to the hotel for the homecoming luncheon. The homecoming luncheon speaker, as I have told you, will be Alondra Poindexter. And that will be quite a homecoming because she will be introduced by the eminent Stormy Carr, who holds a very prestigious position on the staff, athletic staff at the University of Oklahoma. They will start working, and it will be a lot of work. The introduction of the staff and orientation, and I can hardly wait because at 6:30 p.m. they will spend an evening at Lake Clara. At Lake Clara, they will come dressed in black and white. And tomorrow you will recognize the contestants in the crowd because tomorrow is Black Day and they will be wearing black and white to make sure you understand that the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants is here. Oklahoma contestants are here. Lake Clara will become the entertaining scene. And at Lake Clara, they will be, I'm not going to tell you what they are going to be doing. On Monday, June the 15th, it will be breakfast time. Mrs. Leola Ford will be in charge of the breakfast, and Miss Stormy Carr, a former top 10 winner of the National Miss Black America pageant, will be the guest speaker. But at 9 o'clock, Mrs. David Lee Hall will take her place on the stage of activities with cosmetic demonstrations. And according to Mrs. Hall, there are some new things that are added this year, and the girls in the pages are going to be surprised. At the luncheon with Mrs. Cheryl Fowler, Denise Starks will be the guest speaker. That's on Monday. And then the girls will go back to rehearsing, and they will rehearse. And at 5:45, they will be the guests of Stale's Restaurant, located at 1100 Northeast 23rd Street. Somebody asked, how do you make businesses grow? It's so simple. We make businesses grow by supporting them. On Tuesday, Mrs. Elnora Douglas will be in charge, and the speaker will be the lovely Miss Terry Francis. We could go on down the line, but I would like to let you know that Dolly Hall is already with her speaker, Karen Wallace, a former Miss Black Oklahoma contestant. On Thursday will be the Gloria Matthews breakfast, and you will never see anything like it. Some of the other speakers are the lovely Lisa Swain, a top winner, national, and now the editor and the manager of the Ebony Tribune. Lady Ruth Hunter has informed me that her guest speaker will be on Friday morning, Sarita Red, a past winner. We have been invited to a tour of General Motors by the administrators there, and we are very, very grateful. You may call me because if you want to be a part of it, maybe some of you out there are getting jealous. You want to give somebody a scholarship. You want to do something for someone. On Thursday, June the 20th, it will be a gridiron breakfast with Mrs. Cheryl Fowler and Mrs. Leola Ford. At 9:30, they will check out of the hotel and check into the Merritt Convention Center. And this year we have something very special for you. When you arrive, now let me give you the schedule for next Saturday, and I will be repeating it next Saturday on our show. At 7:30 p.m., the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant will start. Let's set our watches. let's set our watches at 7:30 p.m. at the Great Hall of the Merritt Convention Center. The Miss Black Oklahoma pageant will start. So if you aren't there at 7:30, you're going to miss the grand opening. That's on Saturday, June the 20th at 7:30 p.m. Let me repeat, 7:30 p.m. Now the tickets are going like hotcakes, and if you want to see the pageant, it's going to be televised by Cox Cable. It will not be shown tomorrow night, but we will let you know because we don't want you to miss a minute. Calvin, what do you think of putting your hat in the ring? Are you going to put your hat in the ring this year?
It's a beautiful theme, and I know I've been talking with my neighbor, Mrs. Dorothy Dale Smith and Mrs. Turner, and they are excited also about this year's Miss Black Oklahoma pageant with the theme, Putting My Hat in the Ring. I know it's going to be exciting the way that's going to develop, and I invite all of you to come out during the course of the week to come by the Southgate Inn to join us in all of the activities that the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants and staffs will be participating in. It's going to be exciting. You're going to be proud, and you're going to be even prouder next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. when the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant starts. And one of these beautiful, talented young ladies will go on to represent our great state at the Miss Black America pageant. So come on out, y'all. As you see us going around the community, wave, blow your horn, or do whatever. But really, we want your participation, and the best way to participate is to be there in the audience. And like Mama said, the tickets are going. But Dorothy Dale and Mrs. Turner, they will be there, so there's no problem on that end.
You can purchase your tickets at Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King. You can purchase your tickets at Chancellor Dina's Nursing Center, and that's located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street. You may purchase your tickets from any of the contestants. Now, you're talking about a show. We have a show. And a young man who has previously entertained the President of the United States, George Wesley Jr., will be presented, and he's going to sing. I'm not going to tell you what he's going to sing, but I want you to be there. I would like to tell you that from Texas, from Richardson, Texas, and the surrounding suburbs in that county, Miss Black Collins County, Texas, will perform at the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. Not only will she perform, but she will bring with her Miss Black popularity from Collins County. Well, we are going to, the telephone number out here is 672-1220. And we want you today, as you get ready to celebrate, and you're worried about what you're going to wear. You don't have to worry. Elite Repeat is located at 7308 North Western. And they have some new clothes, lingerie. They have some clothes. We're talking about underclothes. We're talking about gowns. We're talking about beautiful dresses. We're talking about evening gowns. Go to Elite Repeat, 7308 North Western.
Speaking of repeat, Mom, why don't you repeat what's going to be happening Wednesday? I know we've gotten a couple of calls, and the people are really wondering who's sponsoring that breakfast and what will be going on Wednesday morning with the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants while they're here in Oklahoma City. So what's happening Wednesday?
What's happening on Wednesday? Wednesday is a big day in Oklahoma City. It will start out with a breakfast, a Dolly Hall breakfast. The breakfast will be at the Southgate Inn, and the speaker will be Karen Wallace. And don't you ever forget that Nancy Davis breakfast. Now, Nancy Davis's breakfast is going to be unusual. That's Wednesday morning. And speaker will be Lisa Swain. And you know, when Nancy tells you she's going to do something, it's going to be done. And let me tell you something about Nancy. Nancy will be speaking at the homecoming of the Sapulpa alumni Association in July, and I'll be telling you more about that. But Dolly Hall will be in charge of the luncheon. Calvin, we didn't talk about your luncheon. A lot of things we didn't talk about because we could not tell it all. But we want you to know that on Wednesday evening, it will be the Maryland Hildred's All-State reception, and you are invited. It's a blue and white reception that you will enjoy so much. The business community is invited. We hope that our political figures will be there in the morning to help to welcome our young ladies. We know that various executives will be there, but we want to make sure that you are there. I have some good news for you. Did you know there were 2 blacks in our Oklahoma area that owns dealerships to automobiles? And I just want to see if any of you out there in Radio Land know that. If so, call me and name the 2 black-owned dealerships in the Oklahoma City area. Let me see what you know about your own city, because some of you are telling me black people aren't doing anything. Well, I can tell you one thing: there are 2 blacks in Oklahoma City that own dealerships, and you call me and tell me who they are. Well, Calvin, we need... Oh yes, that's right, there was a lady that needed some furniture, and we lost her number last week, and many of you called me. The number is 741-1102. 741-1102. And you may call me here. Please call me. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your melodious voice. Mrs. Boyd? Is Mrs. Boyd on the telephone?
Yes,
I do hope that she is. And we will tell you more about it in just a minute. Mrs. Boyd? Mrs. Boyd?
Yes. Clara?
Yes.
Got a bad line.
Huh?
I think I've got a bad line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just talk a little louder.
Okay. I got to see Jeremy the other night.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I got to see a contest the other night with Jeremy.
Huh?
I got to see a beauty contest the other night with Jeremy on it.
Oh, great.
And now, was that this year's contest?
Yes, that was this year's Miss Oklahoma contest.
That's what I thought.
The winner of that contest will go to Atlantic City.
I loved it, and I thought she was beautiful.
Well, thank you. And she tore that song up, didn't she?
You know what happened? My son had fallen asleep, and I happened to look in there, and that was on.
Yes.
And I got to watch it all now, and I usually don't get to watch all the things like that I want to, but I got to, while he was sleeping, I got to see the whole pageant, the rest of it.
Well, that is really good. Are you coming to Miss Black Oklahoma on June 20th?
Clara, but I don't know. I'm not able to go to all the things that I'd like to go to, but I had a word for her, and I wanted to let you all hear what the Lord had to say about it.
Okay, I'm ready to hear what the Lord, according
right.
to your information, said about it.
Okay, I hope you can hear me, because I've got some static on here.
Okay.
Miss Oklahoma